Hello and welcome to this week's tarot reading for all earth signs. I hope this finds you well. I trust you'll use your own intuition as your primary instrument of resonance, leave behind what does not reverberate. Tarot does not tell the future. The only thing that determines your future is how you react, reflect, and respond to the messages herein. In front of me, I have the Burdock card, Aries and Jupiter, and when I was shuffling the Rider-Waite tarot, the card that was on the underside was one of the wild cards that I have that I've just adorned in some golden washi paper which has some cranes on it. And then I began to shuffle, and lo and behold, this particular card dropped out onto the floor with the Wheel of Fortune, which is interesting, seeming as we already have Jupiter in this reading as well. And we have the Six of Swords and the Helium card. But I'm going to start with the Burdock card because burdock is a very interesting plant in that it allowed the invention of Velcro to take place. Nature's design is the biggest inspiration for a lot of inventions, of course, and we can learn a lot from nature. We can synthesize a lot from nature. And the burdock represents the 1st of August, or the start of the harvest season for the Druids, which ends on the autumn equinox. So just looking towards that time of the harvest season and what you will make of that. Maybe you are harvesting the rewards of some of your creations or inventions. And this card actually came up in the reversed position, and it means scapegoating or blaming something for a particular problem. And with Jupiter here coming up twice, and of course these birds that are also found on this card and the Six of Swords, I'm just getting that feeling of the grass is greener on the other side, or making the environment that you're in the scapegoat for why you're feeling the way that you feel. And you may be wanting to run away in a sense. And this also could be a reading about moving for a productive reason. So just making sure that if you are going to move or travel or take on a journey, that the intention and the motivation behind it is actually true, and you haven't just exaggerated what's going on at home or what's going on in that situation and using travel or changing your location as an excuse to not deal with the situation. And of course you'll find that if you are doing this, you'll take your baggage with you. That is of course. And helium is that noble gas which was used in the Hindenburg blimp, and it's actually highly flammable. So making sure that you're not exaggerating, as I said, or blowing things up out of proportion, because they can become very flammable if they are. But it's also reminding me of Turkey, where they have those helium balloons floating around in the winter time. So this also talks about winter, because helium balloons, they can't do it in the summertime. They have to wait until the air is cold enough so that the physics of or the chemistry, I should say, physics and chemistry really works out for the benefit of those people wanting to enjoy the balloon rides. So maybe the country Turkey, something like that. Also, helium is the second element on the periodic table, so if the number 2 means anything to you. And of course Aries is here as well, so looking to see where Aries is in your chart. And of course this month we have a lot of transits in Aries. We have Rahu, we have Uranus, and we also have Mars going through there, and Mars rules over Aries. So thinking about Western astrology there being in Aries at this point in time and what that means for you. Definitely some strong energies of the self, as Aries represents the first house, energies of the mind, the head, very headstrong and wanting to move forward in that regard. But burdock, it attaches to things very easily, as we know that it was the inspiration for Velcro. So you may find that you are maybe attaching yourself to other people or discourses, beliefs, anything like that, and maybe that is shaping your identity a little bit too much and you're losing yourself, or you're just getting dragged around, or maybe you're taking on the advice of too many people and they're saying, go away, go on a holiday, blah blah blah, move country, and you're actually not facing the problem. You're just getting swept up in this fantasy in a way. And of course, with Jupiter here as well, and the Wheel of Fortune, which is ruled by Jupiter, there is that exaggeration or that expansion. So just making sure that your travel or your flighty tendency, wanderlust tendency is going to be a productive one. And knowing that if the motivation behind why you're moving is to escape things, that you just, find a productive way to deal with those things when you come back, or know that they will still be there regardless of where you go in this world. I think that's all I see for this reading, but yeah, it's definitely a reading or a message about travel. Of course, like I said, burdock attaches itself to things, so traveling around, getting pulled and taken to new territories, and just be mindful that the lightest touch or the lightest brush can take us really, really far. It can really catapult us to places that we never really expected. And I think that's all that I'm getting for this reading. It's just so funny that Jupiter's come up twice. Definitely luck and fortune on its way to you, coming to you now, and taking that with both hands. Definitely a lot of optimism, but making sure that it is true optimism and not deluded optimism. Of course, remember, Jupiter rules the sign of Pisces. Okay, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you for listening. Bye.